So welcome all to the Beauty Tech Pitch Night. I would like to welcome all the pitching startups. Welcome to the board members and to all the other attendees. My name is Mathilde Vadé. I organize pitch nights, investment conferences and private investor calls at the Startup Club, introducing advisors and investors to selected startups during our online events. Tonight, I am happy to introduce you to 3 startups. The first one is called StylytS, creating uber personalized shopping experiences with color, presented by CEO and founder Ernest. The second startup tonight is called Indaco, an authentic and interactive online shopping experience thanks to live streaming shows and live chat with digital creators. This pitch will be presented by CEO and co-founder Marco Giannone from Italy. And the final startup of the evening is called Bobou Beauty. It's a skin health inspired makeup brushes, handcrafted in Italy with passion. And it's presented by Crine Insalata from the UK. Can you all hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Okay. I think it might be I cannot hear you though. 1 second. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. I think it will be better later on when the first person speaks. So I'm really looking forward to listen to the pitches and learn more about these 3 beauty tech startups. And I would like to introduce you to the format of the event. Each startup has 5 to 7 minutes to pitch, followed by 15 to 20 minutes feedback and questions from the board members. During this time, anyone from the attendees can use the chat to ask questions to the startup directly. You can either use a direct message or use the general chat function. So now I would like to say a few words about the Startup Club. The goal of the Startup Club is to help entrepreneurs in their fundraising, development and growth journey, connecting them with key players in the startup ecosystem. We have a global team working together across several different countries and helping us grow in different regions. We are proud to count over 70,000 members in our online networks and over 50,000 investor connections around the world. We host pitch nights and investment conferences focusing on different sectors. And we also offer several other services like valuation services, marketing packages, pitch deck reviews, and fundraising services. So I would like to invite you to check our website and our LinkedIn page to see our upcoming events and all our other services. So now I would like to ask the members of the advisory board to shortly introduce themselves. I am happy to welcome you here tonight. Claudia, would you like to go first and introduce yourself? Claudia?
Okay.
Okay, I can hear you finally. Yeah, it's
finally.
So okay. So sorry. Okay.
Claudia. No worries. Then I will start again. So okay. I'm Claudia Czigony. I'm an investment manager at Impact Ventures, which is a venture capital fund in Hungary, specializing in social impact investments and also in environmental impact. So for our fund, it is very important to have measurable impact on the society or in the environment. But I have also a background as a makeup artist. I was working at MAC Cosmetics, so I hope I can give you some valuable insights or questions in this area, also in the sustainability field and also in the beauty field. So I'm excited about your pitches. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Claudia. Welcome. Guillaume, would you like to introduce yourself? Hello, welcome.
Hey everyone, Guillaume here from Seventure Partners. First of all, thank you, Mathilde, for scheduling this event and having everyone gather today. So I'm part of Seventure Partners, a French VC fund. So operating in investment field at early stage between seed and Series A, with presence mainly onto France, but then with a network of venture partners around the globe for the different investment departments. So one, life sciences, focusing rather on biotechs and medicine healthcare projects, a sports and well-being fund also, and the last one being tech and digital, the department I'm part of, and we are focusing for the tech and digital team on fintech and retail tech opportunities. So of course, all beauty tech projects fall into the retail tech aspect for us. And we are live with people in France and Germany for the tech and digital segment. I let you continue, and looking forward to hear the pitches and discussing the projects together.
Thank you so much, Guillaume. Sarah, would you like to introduce yourself now?
Yeah, thank you, Mathilde. Evening all. Great to be here, and thank you very much for having me. My name is Sarah Finegan, and I'm a director with Antler, based in Berlin. Antler is a global early stage venture capital firm, one of the largest investors worldwide, so north of 300 investments across the world. We work with founders essentially from the moment that they begin, they decide that they want to set up a business, essentially before going on to start a company. And we're active in 21 locations across the world. So we really do that at a global scale. I think Antler Berlin, so since launching last year, we've made 17 investments, and those are across a number of different range of sectors. So we have fintech, consumer, medtech, health tech, psychedelics, Web3, clean tech, clean energy, etc. But yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Zoe, would you like to introduce yourself? Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Mathilde, for the invitation, and looking forward to hearing the pitches. I am Zoe from Plug and Play. So Plug and Play is a global innovation platform and venture capital. So we have two core pillars. We have the VC part and the business development innovation platform part. And so for the VC part, we invest in pre-seed and seed startups. We have around 20 verticals. I'm in the retail and branding vertical in Paris, and we have around 20 partners that we work with. So once we invest in startups, we also help them connect with our partners. So looking forward to hearing your pitches and ask you questions. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Thank you all for the nice introductions. So now we can move to the first pitch of the evening. I remind that if you have any questions to the presenters, you can use the chat to get in touch. And now I would like to give the word to Ernest and StylytS. So hi, Ernie, and welcome. You can now share your screen and you can start your presentation. Hello? Ernie, the sound is very low.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, fantastic.
There is some echo. Can you use a headset?
Everybody see my screen, and can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can see the screen and I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you so much. So Stitch Fix is a model unicorn, and at its core, there is fashion consulting, and there's 4 aspects to fashion consulting, which is color, shape, style, and fix. Stitch Fix employs over 5,000 fashion consultants to fulfill orders manually. Our technology can leapfrog Stitch Fix because we figured out how to automate the whole process. There's 4 phases to our process. We're going to talk about the first phase, which is color. So color is what StylytS Primed is, okay? Let's see here. StylytS Prime is a B2B software company designed to support e-commerce platforms and creating uber personalized shopping experiences through color. How are we going to do that? This is our working prototype, and this is a B2B model. It's going to plug into Zara, Maybelline, etc. So what will happen is users will upload their photo. Our face recognition is going to ID their eye, hair, and skin color. We're going to produce a color palette, and we're going to match it to any product on the internet that has a color. So what's the problem? COVID came up. Stores are shutting down, supply chain disruptions, cosmetics industry, for example, in-store testers, they're not even able to use them. How big is this opportunity? E-commerce, personalization is the next wave. Right now it's 5 trillion. By 2025, it'll hit 7 trillion. How do we get paid? Monthly per call fees. Every time somebody says, hey, is this color gonna look good on me? We get paid. White label API and plugins is how we're going to connect with brands. Our target market, again, e-commerce brands, digital service providers like Amazon, retailers like the Hut Group. It's a monster. We can go after a lot of people. We're gonna start off with fashion, and this is what StylytS is. StylytS is our fashion brand, and Prime is our cosmetics brand. So our MVP is going to hold those 2 aspects. Soon, we're going to be able to go after home, auto, electronics. Again, anything that sells on the internet that has a color, we're going to be able to go after. Stitch Fix, you know about Stitch Fix. Again, 5,000 fashion consultants that do this automatically or manually. This is interesting. Prime is a B2B software company, but what they do is they use AR and computer vision. We are not going to use AR because it results in customer decision paralysis. Unique selling proposition. This added. So we're going to be able to capture individuals' eye, hair, and skin color and take that information and share that with the brands. So this is going to help them with their research and development and with their sales and marketing. I mean, so if, for example, if H&M finds out that 20% of their market has green eye color in a specific shade, they can use that as research and development and create products with color that'll match their green eye color perfectly. Sales and marketing, same thing. Send out email blasts that will say, hey, you have green eyes. These products are going to look perfect with you. Unique selling, competitive advantage, onboarding in minutes, not in months. This is phenomenal. Some of our competitors take 6 months to onboard. We'll be able to do this in minutes. We accept mom and pops all the way up to enterprise, and there's no need for millions of data points. We can automatically start matching immediately. Sales and marketing. What's interesting is Jayesh and I have been working together for 4 years, and we send out 500,000 emails a month. So our email campaign is going to be awesome. I'm at 5 minutes. This is, I'm Ernest Spears. I used to work at Condé Nast. I'm a current CRO. I had classes at FIT. Jayesh is the co-founder. Google experience, 30 startups, and he is an AI machine learning expert. So that's my 5 minutes.
Are you done now? Hello?
I'm done. Yep.
Cannot hear you. You disappeared for a second.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Can you repeat maybe this slide?
this slide, okay, so I'm the founder and CEO. I worked at Condé Nast for a little while, advertising research. I'm a current chief revenue officer for a startup, and I graduated from USC, and I've had experience with classes at Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. Jayesh is the co-founder. He was on the Google OS team, 30 startups. He's an AI, ML expert and computer science. So I don't want to, I'm very respectful of time, and that's past my 5 minutes, so I'll...
Okay, thank you very much, Ernie. Great pitch, thank you. We will now move to the feedback and to the questions of the board members. So I would suggest we can start with Claudia, then we will move on to Guillaume, Sarah, and Zoe, and we can keep this order if it's okay with you. So Claudia, you can ask your questions.
Yes, thank you very much for the pitch. It was really interesting, and I think the B2B business model is a good decision, and also I feel the market need for this solution, because also as a makeup artist, I really feel a demand for interest in everything that is that is connected to color and color advice. So my first question would be, how did you validate your solution? Did you run any pilot projects, or do you have any pilots plans, or what was the validation behind?
Yeah, we are planning to close our MVP with fashion industry cosmetics. We hope to do that within 6 months. Our current validation, our color algorithm was proven on our prototype. So our prototype was done. We had invited professionals, color professionals, graphic artist professionals, etc., people who know color. And one, for example, was a award-winning graphic artist. She went through the process and she said, these exactly are my colors. So we are very confident with the color algo. We can match up to 95% right now. And we're only saying 5% discrepancy because of lighting. And we know that that's going to be a problem, but we can talk to Jayesh, and Jayesh says he's amazing, can talk about how we are going to counteract that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. And do you have IP rights or any patents for this technology as well?
Yep, I just got off the phone with our patent attorney last week. He is super excited to start the process, and he thinks that the patents that we're going to be able to generate are going to provide a tremendous value to the company.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And I have one more business-related question. In my opinion, selling this huge amount of consumer data that you can store is a huge business opportunity. And I would be interested in your opinion in this topic. Did you think about monetizing this data that you store?
Absolutely. That's what our unique selling proposition is. We're going to charge for this data. So that's going to be a huge part of our revenue source. Mm-hmm. Even though our model is a SaaS model and we're going to have recurring fees, but we think that the data is going to be extremely powerful.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I would pass on to the other members. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ernie, for the presentation, and Claudia for the first question that already covered a bit of the topics we wanted to pursue with you, Ernie. So very interesting project, of course, with personalization that is the end game for every retailer and brand to provide to their end consumer. We've seen, I think, all around the board here, we've seen other players trying to come in. You have, of course, quoted some famous name, but there are also small projects trying to come in and develop this kind of algorithm matching, let's say, specific characteristics of people with specific products that could perfectly match. But it's always tricky for the recognition. So you mentioned a percentage of accuracy on the color. Of course, the one thing was, of course, light. So maybe first remind us the percentage of accuracy you have.
Yeah, right now we're extrapolating that our accuracy is about 95%, up to 95%, depending on the photo and the lighting.
Okay, thank you. Next question would be still on this algorithm and accuracy, and with the source of pictures. So you have, of course, a consumer uploading a picture of themselves. On the product side, in terms of sourcing, do you scrap brand's website, or do you collect a database of the product's images?
Oh, we're going to put in directly to their website. So it's not that we have to do any scraping. They're going to be able to download, whether it's an API, if they're enterprise, they can just plug into our API. If it's a small mom and pop, they can use Excel literally to merge that data and or a snippet. So it's going to be super fast, super convenient. We're trying to break down the barriers for mom and pops all the way up to enterprise software.
Okay, so here, thank you, Ernest. This brings to the integrations part of my question. So you mentioned, of course, a quick integration. That is relevant for all those players and for you to grow very fast. You haven't integrated any retailer or brand so far with your solution. How do you see the integration going for those players?
I'm sorry, I missed a word. Integration, how do we integrate what?
Yeah, how do you see the integration going with those clients, the brands and retailers in the future? Because so far, if I have understood correctly, it's still an MVP and you haven't integrated into any website.
Right. Can you hear JS?
Yeah. Hi.
JS, can you answer that question?
Yes. So it's going to be as simple as anyone integrating Google Analytics. All they got to do is just, add one line of code and paste it out there on their website, and it'll come in as a plugin. And they'll be given a dashboard where they can just upload their products. So in terms of, tech knowledge, that's why we said that, mom and pops stores can also take it, because it's going to be very, very simple to integrate. A line of code and a dashboard will be given to them where they can upload their products and the matching begins. So that's going to be our selling proposition, because the solutions in the market are basically provide heavy duty APIs where it takes months to integrate, and the B2B, the business needs to even have an engineering team at their end. So that makes it very difficult for any small shop to integrate this. For us, it's like as simple as integrating a chat bot in today's world. Like, right, just enter a few, just cut paste a code snippet. That's it, right? And they can just look at it with a 30 seconds or a 20-second video, and they'll be knowing how they can do it for their site.
Okay, thank you, Josh. Very clear. Maybe one last question in order to leave some time for Zoe and Sarah for the questions. Is Ernest, you mentioned being currently at the CRO position in another company. Maybe a few words on the company, and how do you expect to join the StylytS 100% in the near future?
Yeah, that is a great question. I'm a freelancer, so I don't have any stock in the company. I don't have any contracts with the company. It's a freelance position. I am the CRO, but it was a temporary position. So okay. I'm ready to pull out, no problem.
Okay. Okay. I leave the room for Zoe and Sarah to go on with Ernie and Jayesh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guillaume. Sarah, it's your turn now.
Yeah, thank you, Ernie. Really interesting business model. So one of my questions is on how you're actually going to execute this. So you mentioned that your target market, amongst others, are e-commerce players. What exactly is your plan go-to-market strategy with this?
Plan go-to-market strategy. Can you be more specific, like for example, from a marketing perspective?
So I mean, again, with your customers, really. I mean, again, like my question kind of revolved around who you're actually going to target, who you're going to go after first.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we're going to go out again. StylytS is our fashion brand, and Prime is our cosmetics brand. So what we're doing now, we've got a tiny budget of $5,000. And we started putting together email campaigns to fashion brands as well as cosmetics brands. And for example, we've sent out 7,000 emails. We've got an average open rate of 35%. And we've already had 7 leads from around the world. And I've got 1 unicorn, 1 whale, a founder in Israel, a founder in Sweden, and India, and US, of course. So this is what we're going to do, is we're going to blast the waves with what we know how to do, which is email and other growth hacking marketing. And then after all sizes of fashion brands, as well as cosmetics brands. And I think really I'm excited about too is the possibility of going to home. So bedding, carpets, wallpaper, I think the market is phenomenal. So if one category or industry doesn't work, we can shift over very easily to another category. Literally, it takes us a month to do feature sets from apparel. Does that answer your question, or?
Yeah. Thank you, Ernie. And another question from my side, and it's relating to the technology that you're building out. So maybe you could speak a little bit about the scalability of the technology and the defensibility of it.
Yes. So I can answer that on the tech end. Currently, what's in the market is pretty much, when it comes to apparel and cosmetics, is everyone's using AI, augmented reality, right? Augmented reality. That's good, but again, that kind of gives customer paralysis, and it doesn't really has any science behind it, because the clothes or the cosmetic that you might see by just sharing a camera preview screen may not be really as accurate when you actually get the product in hand. Right, so we are using science to detect what will look good when you put on the cosmetics or the apparel. Right, is that in terms of scalability, we would be we are easy to get started. Like a lot of our competitors rely too much on machine learning, so they would need a lot of existing data in order to predict the future data or to predict to predict what will really look good. In our case, the prediction is instantaneous. So if there's a startup not even having a single customer and they integrate our product, they start getting results from the very first customer that onboards onto their e-commerce site. Right. In terms of scalability, we are completely be driven by cloud. So it's going to be cheap. It's going to be based on cost per click model with the B2B model. So, again, scaling won't be an issue because we're completely cloud-based. It's going to be very lightweight because it's going to be using JavaScript for the website. So it's not going to be any issue with the performance of the site going down because a plugin is in there, right? Our APIs will be sending out data, right, rather than the whole image, because of compliances like GDPRS and CCPA, which is introduced recently in the US, right? We won't be storing any personal information. We won't be storing any photographs. what we'll be doing is extrapolating as well as extracting the data points from various parts of the face and sending over only simple data points at the backend server. The photos won't be saved, but that data itself would be very valuable and can be used to predict and analyze what will look good on that person. Yep. So it will be super fast in performance. Again, we are not storing very heavy data at our end, not images and stuff. So, robustness as well as performance will be high, as well as scalability, because we'll be having a lot of data, like close to 64 data points from a person's face will be stored, but it'll be done in a few milliseconds.
Thank you. That's all from my side.
Yeah, that's from different parts of the face in span of a few milliseconds and saving it at our end. So it'll be very high performance. We've tried it on low bandwidth as well. So and doesn't even hinder the performance of a website. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sarah, Zoe, would you like to give your feedback?
Yes. Hi to both of you. I think that the idea is great. It's really like having a beauty consultant at the tip of your fingers. So so well done. I have a question more on the actual recommendation. So saying like you do the color matching and you recommend a color, but you also recommend products, meaning for instance, there's a beauty company that will have products that are the same colors. So if you recommend a color, which product would you recommend? Because there are similar products with the same color. So do you also recommend products based on, customer preferences as well? Yeah, that's the question. So do you also do product and color recommendation, basically?
Yeah, one thing that I really like about that question is because anything that you can imagine, JS can build. So really, the answer is what we're going to do with the pilot is we're going to go to our customers and we're going to ask them what feature sets they want. Because literally right now, it's just color. This is such a simple phase right now, is we're matching color to individuals' eye, hair, and skin characteristics. So it's extremely personalized. The feature set, we don't care what it is. What do the customers want? Do they want to shop by color? Do they want to have style preferences in there? Do they want to shop by personality, for example, emotions? Do they want to shop or present this information by astrology? Color can go into so many different areas that it's just, hey, what do you guys want? Does that help?
Yep. And so there are a lot of brands right now that already have, for instance, AR recommendations, like you said, or styling recommendations. How would you integrate with those types of solutions that are already used by retailers?
Yeah. So Zoe, this would be like we would be giving a percentile match to the user as well. So if in case there are multiple products with the same color, right? Coming to your first questions, we would be rating each product based on a percentile, like 97% accuracy, 95, 92, 90, right? And then it would match color in depth. So even if the shop has multiple products with the same color, right? We would be asking a few questions to the user as well, right? What mood is he in, as Oni pointed out, the emotions, or even the price range, or what gender is it actually catering to, or even what age gap is it looking for, or what is the event or something that you're looking at, and based on that filter those products as well. So even if if an e-commerce store has multiple products, we're going to line it up based on the percentile match to what they are looking at, right? Coming to the existing e-commerce stores which are already using AR, this would be an additional plugin into the same e-commerce site. So we could use it, or if they are ready to work closely with us, we could even supplement the current solution to their AR by providing them our APIs.
Okay, thanks. And I have another question more on the clienteling aspect. So a lot of the sales advisors have or use clienteling tools to maintain their relationship with customers. Do you have any plans or features that could be integrated within existing clienteling tools or CRM tools, for instance, so that they can learn about their customers' preferences?
Yes, so we are building a kind of reports at our end also, and that's the reason we are catering from mom and pops to enterprises. Enterprises, if using their own CRMs, right? If they're using Salesforce, Zoho, or any other CRMs, yeah, ours is completely API based, so we can integrate with the existing CRMs as well. If they do not have an existing CRM, we are generating reports at their end. At our end, which they can simply download and use it, and they could use that as one of the inputs when sending out, emails to users, right? They would be getting something which is not currently provided, like they would be knowing exactly what suits a customer, and then they can kind of form their email blast accordingly to them. So, the reason could be that if a customer A, right, matches to a particular product but hasn't gone ahead to buy it, right, they can probably offer that price at a discount, but now they know that that product would, suit that customer a lot, as well as if they have new products coming up or lined up, they know exactly what that product will look good on their existing customers, and then can start targeting them in advance, rather than waiting them to come to the site.
Okay, clear. Thank you.
Build CRM, plus we will be integrating it with like a mini or micro CRM, right, for the mom pops, as well as integrating with existing, probably the top 5 CRMs or so in the market.
Thank you so much, Zoe. And thank you so much for a great pitch, Ernie and Jayesh. So if the audience has any questions to this team, you can use the chat to ask your questions. And Ernie and Jayesh, you can maybe share your LinkedIn details in the chat if you want. Or if you have a website, you can also write down your website in the chat. So okay, so now we can move on to this next presenter. I would like to introduce you to Marco Giannone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Marco. Welcome. Who is pitching for company Indaco? So hi, Marco. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Yes, good. So you can start. You can start now. You can share your
absolutely. Let me know if you can hear me and you can see the screen.
Yes, it's perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. So good evening, everyone. My name is Marco Giannone. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Indaco, the Twitch for social shopping. Our goal is to transform the current online shopping experience, which is lonely and boring, into an authentic and interactive one, thanks to one-to-many live streaming shows and digital creators. New generation of customers, Gen Z and millennials, want new shopping experiences. They want them to be entertaining with exclusive deals and high quality content, the so-called shopatainment or social shopping. It's a megatrend exploded in China in 2016. In 2020, it was valued more than 150 billion. In 2021, reached over 350 billion. And the States has just arrived and is valued more than 36 billion. This is the future of online shopping. We strongly believe that. And in order to bring the future of online shopping in Europe and in the Western countries, we have built Indaco, a marketplace app for social shopping. It's available on iOS and Android devices, and our users love it. In fact, inside Indaco, they can get entertained and engaged thanks to one-to-many live streaming shows and the live chat. During those shows, and actually whenever they want, they can buy products without leaving the app. And as well, inside the app, products can be managed, order can be managed, and everything can be tracked. So a frictionless, entertaining and shopping experience for both the customer and the seller. Our business model is a marketplace B2B2C, is based on commission. So we provide the platform to the brand. If it has the creators for the live shop, we get a 10% conversion rate, take rate for each product sold. Otherwise, if we have to provide the creators, our percentage can get up to 50% for each product sold. From September, we started focusing on the beauty and cosmetics market. We partner with micro and non-influencers. They create live streaming shows inside our app. They bring their followers from the other social, TikTok and Instagram, and sold the products they love. With this strategy and without spending any marketing money, we double in the first 3 months the daily active users monthly over month, reaching more than 2,500 monthly active users who stay on the app an average of 10 minutes per day, every day. And we triple the gross merchandise value month over month, reaching over 800 sales and 36% of returning customers. But one of the most interesting metrics we have is the live show conversion rate. It's an average of 25% for each show we had so far. In the last month, we focused on acquiring brands. We have more than 14 so far and more than 40 in our pipeline. And we start creating live streaming shows focused on their products. For example, during the first 2 live streaming shows of Jada Cosmetics products, we have a 42% conversion rate and a GMV of 2,500 euros. And during the first show of Divina Cosmetics, we have a 50% of conversion rate. We have GMV of 3,500 euros in less than 1 hour. Social shopping is the future of online shopping. We are not the only one who believes that. In fact, also the leaders of marketplace and social networks are adding social shopping functionalities to their platform, but they remain generalistics and they sell anything. So they are not focused on specific fields. Then there are solutions who can add B2B solution who add social shopping functionalities to single e-commerce. And we are seeing an emerging number of startups, especially in the US, as well as in China, where there are more than 150 startups, each one focused on different fields. So in the States, an emerging number of startups focus each one on different fields. Our closest competitors are Flip Beauty, a US startup who raised a few months ago a Series A of 30 million, and Agora World, a UK-based startup who raised last year a seed round of 6 million. We are now fundraising to continue building the amazing team we have and enhancing our products, continue acquiring the brands and boost active users using macro and mega influencers for awareness and allowing users to upload their products reviews, video product reviews. At the end of the year, we want to start testing internationalization. We are now based in Italy, where the main market right now is Italy. The co-founding team is composed by 3 software engineers. We all have early startup experience. I've been for 3.5 years a venture capitalist for a venture group. And with my last startup, I've attended the Plug and Play Acceleration Program in San Francisco and the Startup Venture One in New York. With us, there is also Tommaso, who's an ex-Amazon and entrepreneur first, and Isabella, who's taking care of the business development and the creators. Our current investors is the venture group, and we have other 2 soft commitment with our other 2 VC in Italy. We are looking now for investors, mentors, and advisors who believe that this is the future of online shopping, so believe in this megatrend opportunity. They want to enter in this opportunity with a validated product in a well-defined market and working with a technical team with a startup experience. So if this description fits you well, you can contact me. Those are my contacts, and please ask me anything. I will be more than happy to answer to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marco. Great pitch.
Thank you.
Okay, we can now move on to the feedback part. Claudia?
Thank you very much for the pitch. This is a really interesting solution, and it was a totally new idea for me. And I also very much like that your team is very experienced in the area. What I really like in the solution is that you are kind of outsourcing the beauty segment to a separate platform, which I think is such a huge industry. It's worth to have it separately. But what I would like to understand more is why is it worth switching from other social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or even YouTube to your platform? And please specify why is it worth for the users, for the brands that you onboard, and for the influencers as well? Because in my understanding, they get their benefits already from other brands for creating the content.
Absolutely, Claudia. Thank you for the question. Yes, the difference. We have to say the difference between our solution and TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the giants I was talking about before, is that we are a social shopping platform. They are social networks. They are different. I mean, their goal is another goal. Is awareness, is actually allowing people to connect to each other. We are a solution to shopping, so it's a shopping solution. We are focused on this thing, and also we are focused on a specific niche. So they are going to add definitely social shopping functionalities, but they are going to add in any field. So it's going to be like Facebook Marketplace. You have everything. So as well as it happened when the Twitch was born, then on YouTube there were already streamers for the game industry, but they create Twitch to focus on that specific industry. We are actually focusing on this specific industry, so the beauty and cosmetics product. We are going to be the social shopping platform dedicated to this niche market. So this is the difference that you asked me. The advantage of this difference is that you can find, you are there to shop, so it's a different mentality when the user go on a social shopping platform with respect to a social network. So you are just there to shop. And the main advantage would be when we increase the number, and there will be the network effect. So one of the most important things is to achieve a network effect sooner or later when you add, because once every time we add a new either a new creator or a new brand, this creator brings followers, brings people that add values to the other brands and to the other creators. So we are already seeing that. So this is the difference.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And regarding the network effects that you mentioned, can you please tell me more about your international expansion strategy?
Of course. So right now, as I told you, we are focused on Italy because we started on Italy. It's easier for us to start in Italy. The strategy to go abroad is we want to start testing at the end of the year, is to leverage the brand we acquire in Italy. Because most of the brands, Italian brands, actually 40% of the cosmetics market in Italy is based on exporting. So the brands are already ready to export, to sell abroad. So we can leverage with those brands. We just need to find creators on that specific country, because the creators, the micro and non-influencer has to be from the specific country. So we partner with those creators and we can start leveraging the products we already acquired in Italy, and then start acquiring also other brands in other countries as well.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I will spare the time for the other board members. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Marco. Very interesting presentation, and live shopping is a very exciting topic. To start off, a first question would be rather close to Claudia's question, but rather than comparing to, let's say, social media, the reason behind choosing to have your own social shopping app versus providing a live shopping feature that can be embedded onto the brand's website?
Of course, you mean those ones, the one I presented, the B2B solution? Of course, definitely. I mean, if you go live, let's say go live in terms of, if you create a live show on your platform, you have your user. If you go and create live streaming shows on a platform which hosts several brands, so I'm talking about the several brands, you get the possibility to get the users also of the other brands. So the goal is to every brand join the platform brings an advantage to also the other. So your customer, the customer of one of the other brands can be one of your customers. So the main goal is to actually have a focused app just for that specific field, so for the specific market. So everyone can get the advantage on being on that community, let's say, the social shopping community.
Okay, thank you, Marco. I understand the reflection here, and thus it brings the follow-up question also close to Claudia. It's on the network effect, because I totally understand that you want to benefit from having, let's say, the audience from several brands merging onto your platform, but it also involves you to, let's say, recruit all of this community rather than, let's say, convince one brand and access all of its audience. So what's
Yes.
the market there? We've understood for the internationalization, but for Italy at first, how did you focus on acquiring all of those involved parties?
Of course. So the strategy we use so far, and the one is actually is really paying off, is actually to partner with the micro and non-influencers. Those people are the ones who have already partnership with the brands. So in fact, the brands we have acquired so far mainly are coming from the leads, from those people, those micro and non-influencers. So and the micro and influencer also brings the followers, so actually the users. So this strategy, they are using them to create live streaming shows allows us to get users. So each one of them brings us users and lead us to brands. Okay. And this actually is a strategy we are using right now to acquire everything. And we also create email campaigns and marketing campaigns. We start marketing campaigns on the social network, but the word of mouth and the leads generation from the creators is really a key point here.
Okay, thank you, Marco. I will let the others develop this acquisition segment if needed. Maybe one last question before switching to the others. On the brand side, what kind of contract and work do you do with them? Okay,
so we have I wrote here 2 models. Actually, we have 3 different models. The first one is this one. So we provide the platform if the brand has its own creator. So we do not have to do anything for the live show. We just have to set up their live shop. In fact, if you go on the app, you find a shop for each brand we have. You can find it easily on the app. If they create their own live shows with their creators, and that happens, we just get the 10% for each product sold during inside the app. Otherwise,
so you only provide the infrastructure here, and you do not intervene at any moment.
Exactly, that's the easiest path for us from our point of view. The other, the other model is that we have to provide the creator, because they lack of creators. So we get a higher percentage, actually is 30%, 20-30%, because we gave also 10% to the creator, and we also have a fixed fee for each live show. So for each show we create where we provide the brand, we also get a fixed fee, also on top of the take rate for each product sold. And the last one, the last model, is the one where we act as a reseller. So we partner with the brands and we, let's say, buy the products, we stock the products, and we sell the products during the shows we create wherever we want. So we get a 50% markup for each product. So act as normal reseller.
Okay, so the third business model is actually a buy and sell business model. And here you don't set up any campaigns with the brands. It's you only buy stock, and then with your own influencers community, you set up
exactly event. And that's actually that's this the first, that's the strategy. We don't want to go for that solution in the long period, but actually that's the solution for us, easier to approach the brand, because when we approach the brand, we tell them we want to buy your products. So It's not that we are selling to you something. No, you understand. So it's easier to us to approach the brands in this way, and then
so it's the entry point for you.
Exactly, it's the entry point,
but not
absolutely. Okay. That's you understand. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you very much, Marco.
You're welcome.
I will
thank you.
Keep some time for Sarah and Zoe.
Thanks.
Thank you, Guillaume. Sarah, would you like to give your feedback? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Marco. Very interesting solution in a very dynamic space, actually. A number of my questions have already been covered by the others. However, a couple of others from my side. So on the actual shopping experience itself, you mentioned that there you have several users already using the platform,
yes.
And for an average of 10 minutes. Can you speak a little bit about how they're actually using the platform? And then a second question to that is, for the brands that you've engaged, how many brands are you working with at the moment?
Okay, I use M brands. So how mostly actually November was the peak month where we actually had an average of 2-3 live streaming shows per day. So every day we have 2-3 live streaming shows during the evening, mostly during the evenings, because people during the day work, so they cannot attend the live streaming shows. So mainly the users come to the platform because they are attracted from the creators who actually promote the live shows during the week. So each of those influencers promote their shows during the week in their social and attract people to follow the show inside the app. Inside the app, you can subscribe. So there is for each show there is a short record, a short video. Let's say it's like a preview who allows users to subscribe to the show to receive push notification. So once the show is live, they receive a push notification and can get into the show and interact with the show. So during inside the show, they follow the host, they ask questions through the live chat, and they buy the products without leaving the show. So during the show, you can actually see the products and buy without leaving the app and continuing listening to the host. If that fits, I mean, is that the answer for your first question, I suppose?
Yes.
And also we have also integrated short recorded videos, which are like TikToks and Instagram Reels. Those are binded to products. So you can watch those short recorded videos and see how to use the products in 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, and buy the products. Each video has a deep link, so we can send to other to the direct email marketing or to other platforms, and they can enter the video from outside the app with that link. And the second question, if I remember correctly, you asked me about the brands. Can you tell?
Yeah, no, I'm just curious to know how many brands you're working with, and what is your experience there? I mean, I mean, early indications of you working with them, really.
Okay, so far most of the brands are Italian brands. Actually, as you can see here, actually we have a couple of international ones. Be Perfect, for example, Zazie Benz. Zazie Benz is from US. We just imported with them. There are bands for the curly hair people. So bands for the hair. Yeah, actually, last time was sold out, and the other was really sold out. The show. Then we have hairstyle, mostly hairstyle and cosmetics. Zago Milano, VIP Makeup is cosmetics. Hairstyle is Divina, Giada, Anarchia Bio, and Carlo Rivieri, for example, as well. That one is for the spazzole. I cannot recall the English name for, sorry, the brusher for the hair. And so those are the brands we have. Actually, I think it's 20 right now, because we 20 current brands we have. Most of them at this moment, we have partnered with them with a reseller agreement, as I explained before. So we have a markup for the products, because actually, I mean, we prefer to approach them in this way, since we still have not enough number to tell them pay me for the show. So some of them, for example, we had the Carlo Rivieri, who's creating a show with one of our creators, is not a stock. The same thing as Divina is not stock, but we other Zago Milano is not stock, VIP Makeup is not stock, but the others mostly are stock-based brands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Marco. The final question that I had on the team itself. So you mentioned that the COO has experience with Entrepreneur First. Did you go through the program?
So, which program? Sorry, he went to the Entrepreneur First program. He went to the Entrepreneur First program. Okay,
but not the company that you have right now. No.
No. The company we have right now went to Seventure Group program. So we ended the Seventure Lewis and Labs acceleration program. It ended the 25th of November last year. And we are currently enrolled in the Be Heroes program, so Be Holding in Milan.
Mm-hmm. Great, that's all from my side. Thanks, Marco.
Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, I think.
Thank you, Sarah. Zoe, it's your turn.
Hi, Marco. Thank you for the pitch. It's definitely a growing market. And I'm actually going to ask a question that's similar to other questions that have been asked, but this time, how do you differentiate yourself from Flip, from Agora, from Supergrade, from Newness, how can you say that? Because Flip, for instance, focuses really, and Supergrade as well, focuses really on the community aspect. And I was wondering how Indaco differentiates on that aspect. Are you focusing on curation, on community, or really on selling?
Okay, so I think so far we are using most the same strategies. So we are using micro and non-influencers to promote products. Supergrade as well, you mentioned that. It's not on this slide, but definitely that's another startup who's really close to us, is a competitor of Flip Beauty. They are mostly focused on the US market. So the main difference right now is the market we start in. So Agora World is UK based. Actually, that's definitely our closest competitor, because it is going to operate in the European market, the one we are going to work with, actually, at the European one. We are, so the main difference right now is, as we can see so far, is just the market, because we all use more or less the same strategies as micro influencers, niche products, green products, and more community based. We are actually going to allow people, normal consumer, to upload their video reviews. So the starting point is mostly the same. We just are in different markets right now.
And in terms of the brands, you say that you focus more on like sustainable brands, you say, or green brands?
Definitely, absolutely. We focus on the sustainable green brands. Those are the ones we want to promote through our creators, because actually it's not I mean, we are not forcing anyone to sell anything right now. We ask the creators to choose the brands they want to talk about. So I think probably, I don't know if our competitors are doing this, because I'm not totally sure, because I cannot know actually. But what we are probably differentiate on is that we do not push those creators to sell the products they don't like. So we ask them, which are the products you like most? If we have those brands through our partner, we provide them and we allow them to sell. Otherwise, we contact those brands and we ask them to partnership, because we have people to sell their products. They want to sell those products. So it's not like a TV shopping where you fake an experience, an amazing experience. Is more authentic. We are going to be an authentic shopping experience.
Okay. And you feel like you focus more on the actual influences then than the putting forward the products, or in terms of a user when I'm on the app, is it more focus on the actual people that are doing the videos, or do I search by products more or by brand, or the three of them?
Right now you search for influencers and brands. Okay, and if you go inside the app, you can see the first thing you see is the previews of the live shows. So the live show has the main focus. On the other hand, if you switch the tab, you can see all the brands and the creators. As it's in like a Instagram fashion way of showing things. So they have their own profile, and you can also search by products, but mainly you go there at this moment. You go there because you are looking to follow a certain kind of show that are presented by a certain influencer who promote the show outside the app and inside the channels, Instagram and TikTok channels.
Okay, clear. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
all for me.
Thank you so much, Zoe. And thank you, Marco, for a great pitch. Thank you. If you want, you can leave your contact details in the chat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to everyone.
Thank you again. All right. So thank you all for the inputs. Now we can move to the third and last startup of the evening. I would like to welcome Crine Insalata from the UK. So hi, Crine. Hello.
Ago. So we are quite early stage, but we've made quite a lot of traction. So the story of Bobou Beauty starts from many years ago. I suffer from really horrendous psoriasis on my face, which flares up a lot. And I have struggled over the years to find, expensive creams, going to the dermatologist, but I also love to wear makeup. So that's the journey of Bobou. So I thought, there's got to be a way for somebody like me to use makeup brushes that do not, cause damage to my skin. So we started really doing a lot of research into finding out whether we could incorporate using technology ways to really create a brush which is really designed with skincare in mind. So everything that we did, it was really about creating a brush that is just perfect for anyone with sensitive skin. Because as we're doing the research, we found out that actually 1 in 3 makeup wearers has issues with sensitive skin. So they tend to use all sorts of brushes. And it becomes a vicious cycle. So they use brushes that are really poorly made, and that just aggravates their skin. And what we wanted to do was just sort of marry really good quality brushes without really compromising your skincare routine. So in a sense, our brushes, we wanted to make them to be part of your skincare routine, even if it's a makeup tool. Our purpose, as we're finding out, is really about trying to educate our makeup wearers about the critical part that your makeup brush actually plays in terms of how your makeup in your skin reacts to all the products that you use. And we want to continuously evolve and innovate in terms of like the brush fibers that we use. So when you're looking at the market, when it comes to innovation of the makeup brush, it's usually sort of different shapes, different colors, and it's quite sort of aesthetically led. We also want to engage with consumers, because what we've found is that whilst you have a lot of influencers who really look amazing on Instagram, but a lot of people still have no idea how to use brushes or which brush to use or how to really achieve those kind of makeup results that they see on Instagram. So what really makes us different is that we teamed up with a dermatologist based out in Milan to find the best fiber in the world, to create, to have these fibers that do not irritate the skin. And we call this dermofiber technology. We own the trademark, but we don't own the IP for it because is extremely expensive. So the way that the makeup brushes work is that they're obviously cruelty-free and they mimic the shape of natural hair, but they perform with a much more superior performance and delivery, which means even no matter your level of makeup application, you're able to actually get really, really good results. So it means there's efficiency in terms of how you use the product. You're not using too much of the product. It doesn't cake on your face or bake, or there are no streaks because of the way that the brushes perform and glide over your skin. So as I said, we have other things that are going for the brushes that we've created. We have, they're handmade in Italy by artisans. Our partners have been making brushes for famous artists going back to the 40s. And we've married traditional brush making techniques with technology. And we really also focused on bringing to the market a really, truly luxurious brush inspired by the Renaissance period and Florence. So our brush is actually velvet, they're scarlet, and they're just really, really beautiful. And the reason why we did that was to really highlight the importance of the brush and capture that space in time when you're just transforming yourself from your normal self to your extraordinary self. And we just wanted to really have fun with our brushes. I can tell you that we are self-funded, but no expense has been spared just in terms of delivering the quality of the brushes. And from packaging right through to the way they look and feel, everything is very, very tactile and very attractive for our consumers. So I've had this conversation many, many times with people because they said, well, what is it about makeup brushes? Like, why couldn't you do something else? But I really care about skincare. But when you look at the market, at the global market for makeup brushes, it's actually growing at a faster rate than the total global market for cosmetics, because it's still a market that hasn't really developed. There's still loads of makeup users out there that use their hands instead of using a brush. So there's a lot of education that is still, there's a lot of untapped potential to really exploit this market. Why is this happening? Because as I can see, there's somebody here who's a makeup artist. Makeup has really grown, especially during COVID times. I think there was just a lot of content to do with makeup, and makeup brushes have suddenly, people are really, really interested in makeup brushes. I know there's makeup wearers with hundreds and hundreds of brushes. So they've really become sort of focal to how people look in terms of within the cosmetic industry. And there's a lot of growth out there that hasn't been tapped. We've also focused on really creating our brand. We're creating the brand narrative because we understand that we are in a market that is very, very noisy, and we need to really focus on creating a brand. And the reason why we started with the makeup brush, which is red, which is velvet, we really wanted to make a statement about the brand and state our intention to continuously create really exciting and innovative products. So we're starting off with brands, but of course, we have in the pipeline other products that we want to bring to the market. So for the time being, our brand is focused on really delivering all of our, telling our story and implanting ourselves into the minds of consumers.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You're running a little bit over time.
Oh, right, sorry. Okay.
Do you want to you have some
so we've started,
slide?
Right. I'll speak very quickly. So this is our starting range. We have 9 SKUs, so we are out in the market. We soft launched last year, and we've, you can see these are competitors. We soft launched last year. We've been shortlisted for beauty awards in 2020. We've been on the news. We've been approached by Vanity Fair, Antler, the Handbook. We've achieved about £10,000 in sales in the since we launched. This is on 0 marketing budget. It's just on the stuff that we're doing organically. And so why we're interested, we really want to, as I said, you know, the category is growing at 17%. We are the first brush to actually be dermatologically tested. And we've been gaining a lot of traction despite the fact that we've been in a pandemic. And I think that's pretty much, we've got some numbers there that if you have any questions, I would love to take you through the detail of the numbers, but you can quickly have a look at them. And these are very, very pragmatic numbers, literally based on, like, if we were only to sell 5 products per day, and this is what our projection would look like. As I said, it's just really, we're trying to be very pragmatic, but we know that we can absolutely succeed in with our brand and the products. So you can see we have some priorities as to where we need investment. We've done it. We've taken the brand as far as we can through self-funding, through organic growth. But now we really need to bring on board some partners that can help us. I was very interested and excited to hear about the other 2 startups because that's how we see our growth scaling going forward. You know, partnering with this kind of tech platforms. And then we have a budget there, which you can have a look. So my team is made up of myself. I have an MBA in business. I also come from a branding background. My co-founder is ex-marketing director and innovation director for Johnson & Johnson. And our creative director is the founder and director of an Academy of Realistic Art based in Sweden. So we've got a very strong, competent team. And we're just really passionate about what we're doing, putting skincare at the center of everything that we do as a beauty company. Thank you. I would just quickly maybe put on the slide, here's some of when we've had customers, we literally have 5-star reviews every single time. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Really great pitch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Claudia, would you like to start?
Yes, sure. Thank you so much for the presentation. Yes, for me it was a totally new aspect of the makeup brushes, to tell you the truth. I think educating the consumers about the usage and about washing it and how to clean your brushes are very, very important. And I always thought they are having the, and also me, because I also had these skin problems, it is because of the not appropriate cleaning of the brush and not because of the shape of the brush. So thank you very much for sharing this. My first question would be, did you run any tests which scientifically proves the advantages of your technology that you developed together with the dermatologist?
So we've tested, I wouldn't say like a scientific test, but we've conducted tests on people with different types of sensitive skin issues to normal skin issues. And we've given them the brush over time, myself included, and they noticed the difference between their own older, you know, the brushes they use versus our brushes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
You know, we couldn't really claim scientifically without doing a more extensive test.
Yeah.
But definitely dermatologists have approved our brushes.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe we're probably the first ones to do so.
Okay, and so I did understand well that this is your own development, right?
Yes, we're developing it with our partners, but we don't own the IP, but we own the trademark.
Yeah, because I think maybe for the future it will be a risk if you don't own the IP. So I would recommend you maybe to rethink the idea behind applying for an IP with this development. And for the other questions, because it's your own development, what do you think? How hard is to copy this solution and this development for the competitors?
I think we've been very careful. I think with the technology fiber, it is very difficult, only because it's very, very technical in terms of the way that it's been constructed, the shape, even the pattern of the hair. They would have to get almost like a template from our factory. So they may try to copy it, but I think it would be very difficult to, because it's in the shape of the actual fiber design.
Okay, thank you. And one last question then, what's your go-to-market strategy? Do you plan to sell through a web shop or through distributors? And are you planning to collaborate with some other makeup brands or with some influencers to boost your sales?
Yeah, so we've been doing a combination of things. We've been working with influencers. In fact, we have some makeup artists that we will be engaging with, and we primarily we're direct to consumer, but we're having affiliate marketing programs. We're having pop-up shops. We've been in a retailer here called John Lewis. I don't know if you know it. We will be having another pop-up store in Peter Jones sometime in July. So we're really using a whole different approaches, a mixture of approaches to getting the brand out, because our issue is that it almost has to be seen for people to see, to see the quality of the brushes. So, and by the way, what we found is, so this is our packaging. It comes with instructions, with personal messages, and we co-created this set with a makeup artist, and when we've had some marketing budget, this has been our biggest selling, our best seller, and it's the most expensive. It's a price point of £120 per box. So we can see the behaviors when people read about it. We can see the behavior online. They're really going to find out about information, especially about skincare, and then they just go straight for the most expensive SKU. Yeah. Okay,
thank you very much. The product is very beautiful through the camera as well. I would love to try it in the future.
Oh, thank
you for the great pitch.
Thank you.
Hi, Crine.
Hi.
Thank you for your presentation and showing all this passion about the product, and also sharing your experience with other brushes on the market. Unfortunately, I don't have the same expertise, let's say, in that field, but I will try to cover other aspects of your business for the growth. So in terms of IP, I would join Claudia's advice to maybe reassess the opportunity of protecting that side for your company in the near future. And then, so you kind of gave a first answer on your distribution and go-to-market strategy. So I understood you're focusing on D2C for now. Any intent to sell to professionals in the future, or maybe rely on distributors? Yes, strategy partnership.
Thank you very much for your question. D2C, we would love to do that, because obviously that means we keep our margins quite high, and we have more power in terms of who we work with. But we also know that for us to gain the credibility that we need to gain, we need to have strategic partnerships. So we've also in parallel have been approaching, Cult Beauty. I know they have other brands. We're trying NK Space, Beautylish, Few Unique. So all the major beauty platforms whose values align with what we're trying to do, because our products are not mass produced. So we are definitely, as part of our growth strategy, we'll go into the different beauty platforms, and hopefully we've also just started to approach retailers directly, because we need that credibility and that brand reach.
Okay. Okay, perfectly understood. Thank you. I understand it's next question. I understand it's also not a mass produced product that you're trying to bring on the market, but on the production side, what capacity do you have today in order, let's say, to take the market if you're the newcomer with this appealing proposition?
We have our partners based in Venice. They have a huge capacity to produce. I believe they can do like up to 10,000, 15,000 brushes per day. But there's a 3-month lead, if depending on the materials. With this range, we went for the most expensive materials, and we had to source all the materials, and it was COVID. So we would need to have a discussion with them, because the reality then wasn't really normal when we did our first batch. But they have capacity. We've got capacity.
Okay, maybe one last question before switching to Zoe and Sarah. Maybe I've missed that part, but regarding internationalization, how are you focusing on the different markets for your direct sales right now, and then the countries that are the most promising for you?
So we found actually, so our sales are coming from everywhere at the moment, since we're D2C. We sort of partially launched in New York last year, but that was just really to test the market. And we saw that the US, they really respond to the story. I didn't have much time to explain the story. They love the fact that the brushes are Velluto range, velvet. They're made in Italy. There's an Italian story to it, and they resonated with them, as well as Australia and Japan, which for me is a bit bizarre because brushes originally come from Japan. So we've had customers from everywhere. But in terms of internationalization, I think once we manage to get ourselves on these platforms, beauty platforms, then that really is easy for us to scale up internationally.
Okay, perfect. Maybe just to conclude on that point, to understand your efforts in terms of marketing and commercialization in those other countries outside of the UK. Was it digital marketing, or did you also have the physical efforts with pop-up stores there?
So the only physical presence we had was in New York. As I said, we launched in New York, but for the most part, it has been online with very limited budget, but it's been via Instagram, interviews on, like, if you were to Google my name, like there are some interviews that we've been conducting. So we've done a lot of publicity, free publicity, which is just organically grown, and then people find our products and then they will purchase them.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Crine. I'll leave the room to the others.
Cool, thank you, Crine, for the pitch. Question from my side. So I guess it kind of centers around traction. You mentioned that you are speaking to a couple of retailers, one of them, John Lewis. What are the nature of those conversations? Are there any commitments yet? Are there any agreements on the commercial front? What do they look like?
No commitments yet. There's a lot of interest just in terms of them saying, yes, we see you're a good fit. We know we approached just because of the way the brushes look. So we obviously approach Harrods, for example, and they said they're very, very interested. And also there's another aspect to that, which I would like to point out, is that because of what's been going on in the last 2 years, a lot of retailers are very, very interested in good quality luxury beauty products that are owned by minorities. And so I happen to be minority. So there's also that angle that they're looking at. But as I said, we are 18 months old, and we're just really at the cusp of us having those conversations with them. We haven't got, honesty, anything concretely in writing. Just a lot of, we love your product. We've sent it to them. They've seen the product and they said, we love it. We'd love to have it in our category, but we're not just looking to add a makeup brush like this part of the season.
Awesome. Thank you, Crine. Another question that I had on my side. So I guess with other physical products, in particular D2C brands, a lot of the success actually goes beyond the physical product. And I see with other brands that the success really is in leveraging the community. Is that something that you're also doing?
Absolutely. I mean, for us, the brand has gained traction over the last 18 months, as I said, literally with very little budget, but we've been organically growing our community. We're doing a few things like sending them flowers on their birthdays. It's a very, very personal, although quite heavy lifting, but we talk to them, we engage with them. We have 2,000 followers now, which is all organic, and it's very personal. So every single time we get a customer, it's all handwritten notes. We make sure they've got the product. We do a follow-up. We ask them to refer us to their family and friends. So we're trying to do really trying to build a community that can be behind us, that believe in the product. And we're working on that. And in fact, that's probably one of our priorities.
Cool. That's it from my side. Thank you, Crine.
Thank you.
Hi, Crine.
Hi.
Thanks a lot for this. Thanks for sharing your story. We can really see that there was a problem, at the start.
Yeah.
So thank you for this. From what you say is that your brand is one of the most important part of your product, in addition to the actual technology behind it. So can you tell us a bit more about your branding strategy and how you're looking at to communicate that to future customers or your customers right now?
All right. Maybe I can just bring this up. Because my background is in branding, I know that people buy into the brand narrative, and then you look at the product. So we're trying to lead with the brand story. Our brand is really about capturing the passions that people have, people who love those kind of, really beautiful, well-crafted things in life, people that love to have a glass of champagne on Tuesday lunchtime because it's Tuesday, people that love just that little bit of extra. And we want to celebrate in an inclusive way, just the self-expression and creativity and self-acceptance. So I think that would be the cornerstone of our brand and our brand values. Even our brand ambassadors, they're all males, females, and everything in between, as long as they try to live their best version of themselves.
Okay.
And that's the narrative we've been pushing.
Okay. And you said that even by talking with retailers, that they're not looking to take in just the brush right now, and you're also looking to expand your product categories. So just curious, since your core solution right now is based on this problem of the brush, how are you looking to, what is your strategy for other products?
So the strategy for other products is that we are always going to be, okay, let me just rewind. We are also, whilst we're focused on trying to really create a sustainable company, which is at its core has skincare, we also know that we need to diversify. We need to have consumable products that have innovative ingredients at the heart of everything that we do. So the next set of products is going to be lip care, and then we'll move into skincare infused cosmetics. So whether it's, you know, your foundation, it will have to be your foundation with something that's good for your skin, not just sunscreen protection, but, you know, almost like makeup that you can go to bed with and still wake up and your skin will be fine, that sort of thing. So we are looking at that, but currently focusing on just trying to build the brand and push our products and gain that credibility before we start venturing out to diversify. But for sure, diversification is on the cards. It's in our business plan.
Okay, very clear. And also you said that one part of your business would be to educate users. How are you planning on doing this?
This is a great question, because we want to use tech platforms, which is why I really liked Marco's shop entertainment. Yes. We want to produce content that is really educational. So it's about explaining the different uses for not just about a makeup application to look beautiful, but it's really knowing why this you know, what kind of brushes you need, how many do you need, what do you need this for? So it's, and also educating about the importance of skincare as part of your brushes, things like, you know, how to keep your brush clean and not to have buildup of bacteria, that sort of thing. That's what we're looking at.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zoe, and thank you, Crine, for your great presentation. So this was the last pitch for tonight. So I would like to thank everyone. Thank you to all the presenting startups, and you all did a really amazing job. And this is a great opportunity for networking. So I encourage you to write down your contact details in the chat and your website. And also you can connect with each other on LinkedIn. So I would like to thank the board members for their time and their valuable feedback. And so I would like to ask if the board members, if you want to say a few words at the end. Guillaume, did you enjoy the event tonight? Yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Mathilde. It was very insightful to discuss those three projects and passionate founders, as we've seen in the exchange. So thank you for being here and presenting your projects. And I hope we'll be in touch for further discussion, maybe for a partnership or to help you grow the company in any way we can be of help to you.
Thank you so much, Guillaume, for participating, and hope to see you on some other event soon. Claudia, did you like the event?
Yes, of course. I can only repeat that Guillaume said before. I think I got really inspired by these solutions. So thank you very much for the pitches. And please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn anytime if I can help you with anything regarding your startup or the solution. Thank you very much again.
Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
Zoe, did you like the event?
Yes, thanks a lot. We've got a diverse also solutions from software to actual physical products. So it was quite inspiring, and feel free to reach out as well through my LinkedIn. I put my contact details in the chat, and thank you again for the opportunity. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you so much. Sarah, do you want to say a few concluding remarks?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me. A pleasure to be part of this. It's also fantastic and refreshing to be part of both a diverse advisor panel and a founder pitch as well. So really, really appreciate that diversity. I often get tired of sitting in a room with 4 white dudes. So really great pitches, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Sarah. It was a pleasure. So yes, thank you all. The recording of the events will be available on our YouTube channel in a few days. So feel free to share the recording across your network, or if you want to watch it again, or just use it. It will be available, and so I will be also sharing the contact details